10月5日土曜放送開始。
Well, that looked like shit. Okay, so as you guys just saw, I finally reacted to the Blue Lock Season 2 trailer, and I know I'm saying finally as if it didn't just release, but still, I got a few things to say. First things first, let me change the camera angle on you guys really quick. Sorry about that, but in all seriousness, I have a couple things to say about this trailer because it's, underwhelming to say the least. Look, I'm just gonna be flat out honest and not hold back with you guys. It looks bad. Very, very, very bad. Like, terrible, if I'm being honest. And from my standpoint, someone who covers it, I mean, I know I don't cover it too much, but I mean, this is part of the reason why I don't cover it as much. Don't get me wrong, it's not completely bad. However, I feel like the bad definitely outweighs the good in this case. And honestly, some people may think that this looks really, really good, because I can't lie, it looks better than Season 1, but that's not really saying much if you're going off of Season 1 standards. Like, truthfully, it's crazy to me that a manga that has such insane artwork like Blue Lock, to think that it's being adapted into something that is so atrocious, something that has poor CGI, bad art, and overall is just shit on your TV screen, is just really, really sad to see, especially for those who hold it near and dear to our hearts, because we know how good the art is. I mean, hell, the amount of manga animations that we've seen that are fan-made look way better than half of Season 1. I mean, it's kind of crazy to believe that, but it's the truth. You're fumbling the bag really, really badly, and I'm not gonna let you get away with it. I'm calling you guys out. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clamp. It's good to meet you if you're new to the channel. If you're not new around here, you kind of know how we do everything. You know the drill. Grab some snacks, fill those cups, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And let's get straight into the video. Okay. Where do I begin? There is a lot to dive into here. First things first, let me get one thing out the way. Yes, it is better than Season 1. I think a lot of you guys are going to come at me saying, oh, Clamp, you're a hater. You're just constantly hating on the series. And this is just another case of you just being on dick again. And I know it may seem like that because I'm constantly throwing hate, but I think at this point it is definitely warranted. There's nothing you guys can really say about it. Yes, I will agree with you. It's better than Season 1. Do I think it's hard to be better than Season 1 animation? No, I'm not stupid. I think my grandfather could make better animation than that, and he didn't really know how to use his phone when he was still alive. Does the studio backing it, as well as the owners of the IP, have way too much money to allow something this shit to be released under their enterprise? Yes, to all parties involved. Do we as fans deserve a really high-paced, fast action, and honestly just high-quality adaptation of a manga that has such a rich fan base, such a die-hard fan base, I should say, but not only this, such an artistic fan base? Now look, I understand there are a lot of manga that have really bad adaptations, especially when it comes to the animation. Hell, look at Seven Deadly Sins, for instance. Overall, a strong anime, but the drop-off in production quality definitely led to a drop-off in fanbase. And that's only something like Seven Deadly Sins. When it comes to Blue Lock, it's different in my opinion, and let me explain. I keep reiterating that the art style is everything, and that's because the community and the fan base is so artistically driven. Not just artists trying to replicate the style, but mostly people who like to color the manga. The amount of talent that I've seen come from the community just based off of Twitter, Instagram, and things that I've seen online through Discord is absolutely insane, and a lot of it is in part due to the fact that Blue Lock has such an insane design when it comes to the manga. You can feel the impact of almost every single shot. You know what's happening with every fluid motion because the depiction and the art style shows you exactly what's happening very, very well. And not even just the gameplay itself, but the aura that surrounds the gameplay and the players, the settings they find themselves in, and overall just the immaculate attention to detail that we do see throughout every single panel. It's truly baffling that they'd accept anything less than phenomenal animation. Now, really quick, I'm gonna get into the positives because I have a couple positives, and that's really all I'm gonna get into, but it's a very short segment of the video, so, you know, strap yourselves in. All right, positive number one, the art style. I was hating on the animation, but the art style itself has been changed from Season 1, and I can't lie, I do like it. Sporting a darker contrast overall with a higher vibrance than we did see in the first season, I honestly do like this more. Not only does it make the characters pop a little bit more in my personal opinion, but it allows for their auras and the colors that actually express the players and the way that they play to shine through more than anything else. I think we can all agree that the auras is one of the biggest factors of the characters and one of the most fan favorite parts of the entire series. So making sure that when we do see their aura pop out, it is the most vibrant, the most eye-catching, and honestly just the best looking thing possible is the best way you can go about covering the fact that you have really bad animation right now. Moving on to number two, voice acting. It's kind of an obvious one. Obviously kind of just a carried over W from Season 1. I loved the voice acting personally, especially the Japanese dub. I had to go back and watch the English version with my girlfriend when I actually put her onto the show, and it was very, very goofy to say the least, especially because me personally, I love the way that the Japanese voice acting came out. Not only this, but we do get a glimpse attempts at new characters and the voice acting that we do get to see, specifically my boy Oliver Aiku, who's going to be voiced by Satoshi Hino, who is actually the voice of Sai in Naruto Shippuden. Huge W in my opinion to add on the already huge W that the voice acting previously was, so that's something that we can kind of just get out the way. It's still good here. Moving on to number 3, we got shit, that's it. I think that's all I got. Okay, on to the bad. Boy, oh boy, where do I even begin? You know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Let's just look at it. Let's take a look at a couple different things, and I think it'll speak for itself, okay? Like what the fuck was that? Hold on, like, look. What the fuck? Like, what is this shit, dude? What am I watching right here? Look at this. Shido? Like, when did Shido do that? Look at Otoya and the other dude. The more you watch this, the more outrageous it gets. Watch Shido's leg. Boom. Okay. Literally, in Otoya's junk. They're still shots. The only thing moving is Shido, and I don't even think the ball's fucking spinning. There's no way they signed off on this trailer. Like, absolutely no way. Like... Dude, like, I'm trying not to overreact to this, but it's kind of just ridiculous. What the fuck am I looking at? Okay, dude. You know, for a fact, I thought they cooked in the stew when they made that animation. The fact that this is probably being applauded and is honestly like the best looking shot from this entire trailer is just absolutely baffling to me. Like, don't get me wrong, this stomping build up to it is pretty dope, but the fact that it's literally a still shot, like nothing else is moving other than his clothes and his hair. Why is nothing else moving for the other two dudes? On top of all that, I just realized, what the fuck are these kids? Hold up, I didn't even peep this earlier on, but this is the ugliest shit I've ever seen. Who the fuck y'all think you is? The Canadian national team out here? Like, Jesus Christ, no wonder you just got fucked on by Isagi and Rin. Look at you, nutmeg, bozo. I can't make this shit up, dude. What the fuck is that? Like, I understand being lazy at times, but you're trying to get hype built around this anime. You're trying to make people want to watch this anime. That ain't making me want to watch this. And then look, some things I can't complain about. Bachira looks good. That didn't really look... Okay, that looked kind of cool. Somewhat. But all of these are just still images. It's truthfully just the definition of lazy. It's PNG images that are just stop motion across the screen. Not even stop motion, they're just dragged with Adobe Premiere. Look, it's like this. Allow me to demonstrate what Shido's dragging drive is going to look like right here. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, that's probably not what it's going to be like, but the fact that I can, like, make the joke and that could be what it's like is scary to me. It's really scary to me. Like, honestly, in my opinion, this is the best looking part of the entire trailer, and it's not me glazing. Aiku just has a pretty solid design. Funny enough, the one thing that they showed us more than anything is this part, which is just going to be in the very beginning of the first episode. I mean, I assume that's where we're going to pick off directly where we left off, with the overall explanation of the third selection and who the top 6 players actually are. And overall, you could tell, I think they were putting a lot of the focus into this part, but in my opinion, that was a big mistake. It just looks goofy because they're all just still shots. Like, look at Tokamitsu in the background right here. What the fuck is that? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help it on that one. That's just bad, dude. Like, whoa, look at him go. Dude. I know I'm probably clowning a little bit much, but I think I'm done now. That's just, I had to do that. Honestly, this is not something I wanted. I was really hoping that season 2 of the anime would bring me back into Blue Lock, re-spark a little bit of the love that I've been losing a little bit, because I can't lie, it's losing me. And especially after this trailer, it's just, it's not looking good, especially because if this is a sign of anything to come, we're going to end up with bad animation, which means we're going to have bad payoffs to manga moments that we hold very near and dear to our hearts. So at the end of the day, it's just a recipe for disappointment, and I'm not really looking forward to that. If they can prove me wrong, by all means, prove me wrong. I would love to see that, and I am all for an actually good anime with good animation, especially for an art style that I love so much. But until you can prove otherwise, it looks like you guys shit the bed again. So either get back in the lab, hire new animators, or pay them actual money that can buy them more than a tuna sandwich so that they can actually, you know, get a good job done for you guys. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for stopping by. Love you guys. Take it easy.